Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 17th of October 2024. Now so far as the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, guys, things are definitely looking good, isn't it? And I've said this thing over and over again, guys. The only thing that could shake up the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, that is the upcoming US elections. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the outcome of this US election is. And the outcome of that, guys, will not only impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but the general stock market and the fiat world as well, isn't it? So definitely keep an eye on the US elections. Now today's episode, guys, we have quite a lot of news to cover. Now the first news, guys, is all the way from Italy, and Bloomberg is reporting, guys, that Italy is planning to raise capital gain tax on Bitcoin, and they're increasing it from 26% directly to 42%. This is extremely high, isn't it? And what the report actually states, that this is under the direction of Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now look, guys, news suggests this is definitely not good for Bitcoin, isn't it? This will definitely detract a lot of people, especially from Italy, to go ahead and hodl their Bitcoin, isn't it? So definitely unfortunate news. Now the second news, guys, is definitely a massive one, and this is to do with Tesla. And Tesla, guys, they have actually gone ahead and moved a lot of the Bitcoin. Now what's really important to note, guys, they have actually not moved it to a centralized exchange. Rather, it looks like they've gone ahead and moved it to a wallet. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely a positive news, isn't it? Because look, guys, when someone goes ahead and transfers the Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies from the wallet onto exchanges, it just means one thing, that they want to go ahead and sell them, isn't it? But so far as Tesla is concerned, they've only gone ahead and transferred it to a wallet. Now look, guys, publicly verifying transactions is one of the beauties of Bitcoin and open blockchain, isn't it? So because these transactions can be validated, we can go ahead and track each and every transaction. So these are things, guys, you need to be aware of. Now look, guys, in 2024, there's a lot of speculation regarding spot ETF, isn't it? And so far, spot Bitcoin has been approved, as well as spot Ethereum as well, isn't it? Now there is an interesting development regarding ETF, and Litecoin ETF has been put forward as well. And this has been put forward by Canary Capital Group, and roughly around a week ago, guys, they also went in and put the filing for Ripple ETF as well, isn't it? So it looks like 2024 is the birth of different ETFs. But look, guys, I do feel the chances of this to be approved is extremely less. But look, I don't understand, guys. If a spot Ethereum has been approved, there should be no reasoning as to why a Ripple ETF should not be approved, or why a Litecoin ETF should not be approved as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the outcome to this is. Now the next news, guys, is a really interesting report that has been put forward by A16Z, and the report is called a State of Crypto 2024. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out information regarding this report. Now what is really important to note, guys, this report also discusses the impact of cryptocurrencies in swing states, keeping in mind the US election, and there are states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin that has definitely seen quite a rise so far as cryptocurrency adoption is concerned. So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now the final news, guys, is regarding Chainalysis, and earlier this year, guys, they had a defamation lawsuit for $650 million, and there is an update to this, and looks like they have to go ahead and get ready and attend the court hearings. So I'll definitely go ahead and provide more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is definitely a positive one, and this is to do with DIFC codes, that is Dubai International Financial Codes, and there's something called as Digital Asset Bill, guys. And the DIFC codes, they have launched new suites of digital services on GITEX Global, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. And it's great to know, guys, that the branch of UAE government is adopting newer technologies, isn't it? Definitely positive news in my opinion. The second news, guys, is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and it's no surprise this has to do with artificial intelligence. And the news essentially is that Saudi Arabia's Tawarif has acquired AI solutions provider Amana, so I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now look, as I've been saying this over and over again, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, there are quite a lot of news coming out from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kick start with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Road. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next. Hey guys, listen, there are 4 things that I'm really passionate about. The first one is death metal. The second one is Bitcoin. The third one is ice cold beer. You can't go wrong with ice cold beer, isn't it? And the fourth one, guys, is obstacle course racing. And today, guys, I've got something really huge to share to my audience. And guys, get ready to be part of the inaugural event of Arabian Warriors event, which is scheduled to take place in Dubai on the 26th of October. And this is taking place in the iconic location of Dubai Islands. Now look, guys, this is just not another race. It is a culmination of years of hard work by the team. And Arabian Warriors, guys, is born in the Middle East with strong Middle Eastern values, and their goal is pretty simple, guys. They want to make Arabian Warrior the world's premier OCR event. Now, whether you're a seasoned athlete or just looking for a challenge, they got everything covered for you. And they have different raid formats as well. You have 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, and the big one, that is 50-kilometer event. And there will be a number of unique, challenging, and different obstacles throughout the course. And that's not all, guys. There are events lined up in Qatar as well. Now here's a sweet bonus, guys. Use the code SIGNUP for a 10% discount on your registration. So don't miss this chance to take on a brand new course with some of the toughest obstacles you've ever seen. So do one thing, guys, head over to arabianwarriors.me and sign up for the event. And you can also score a 10% discount code by using the code SIGNUP10. Once again, guys, the website is arabianwarriors.me, and the link to that is in the show notes below. And I'll see you on the race course. Next. Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. and Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now look, so far as the market sentiment is concerned, right now it is at greed and the number associated is 60. Now you can make an argument, guys, when the market sentiment is at greed, this might not necessarily be the right time to go out and buy a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Because look, there are a lot of traders who will be selling a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and also some individuals, guys, they may have made some profit and they may want to reap some benefits of that as well. But look, so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, this particular week I'm definitely liking the numbers. And since the last 24 hours, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 0.57%. And so far as the market cap is concerned, it is at $2.33 trillion. Now, if you look at the 24-hour volume, guys, it is at $81.86 billion. Now, in comparison to yesterday, guys, it is actually down by 23.82%. But nonetheless, guys, these numbers are definitely looking good. But one matrix, guys, which is definitely not looking good, that is the volume in decentralized finance. And no matter what happens in the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or even in the stablecoin world, guys, the volume in DeFi is absolutely pathetic, isn't it? And today it is below the $4 billion mark. It is only at $3.86 billion. And DeFi, guys, as of today, is accounting for 4.72% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And so far as the total value locked is concerned, guys, the total value locked has been marginally improving. And today it is at $88.04 billion. And so far as the dominance of total value locked is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $25.66 billion. Now one matrix, guys, which I'm definitely liking this entire week, that is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance. And for the 4th day, guys, the number is definitely looking good. And today it is at 26.31%. Now look, guys, this just means a lot of people are using decentralized exchanges, isn't it? Now since the last 3 months, guys, this number has barely touched the 20% mark. So to see it about the 25% for the last few days is definitely refreshing and promising in my opinion. Now so far as the volume of decentralized exchange is concerned, guys, Uniswap is definitely leading the pack and its 24-hour volume is $1.72 billion. Radium, guys, is at number 2nd. Its volume is $1.13 billion. PancakeSwap is at number 3rd. Its volume is $872.79 million. Aerodrome, guys, is at number 4th. Its volume is $606.52 million. And at number 5th, guys, is Orca. Its volume is $317.67 million. Now, so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, guys, I'm kind of content with what I'm looking at. Because look, guys, for the last 4 days, the volume of stablecoins has definitely been increasing, isn't it? And also, if you look at the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it has definitely been pumping up as well. Now, the volume of all stablecoins is at $74.4 billion. And stablecoins as of today is accounting for 90.89% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, guys, Tether USDT is still leading the pack and its 24-hour volume is $62.13 billion. Circle USDC, guys, is at number 2nd. Its volume is $6.60 billion. And FDUSD is at number 3rd. Its volume is a little shy of the $6 billion mark, $5.42 billion to be precise. Now, if you look at the market cap, guys, Bitcoin's market cap is pretty much the same as yesterday. Bitcoin's market cap is at $1.33 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap, guys, has marginally pumped up since the last 24 hours, and today it is at $317 billion. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, yesterday I believe Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume was around the $40 billion mark, isn't it? But today it has gone down, and today it is at $37.35 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $16.83 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance, guys, since the last few days, Bitcoin's dominance has crossed the 57% mark, and today once again it is at 57.54%, whereas Ethereum's dominance, guys, is at 13.60%, which just means, guys, there is a lot of activity taking place in Bitcoin, isn't it? and with so much of institutional adoption going on, I wouldn't be surprised for the next 3 months or 6 months, the dominance of Bitcoin is well above the 57% mark. Now this week, guys, I'm looking at the market cap of decentralized apps, that is across different blockchain protocols in it. We looked at the top 5 decentralized apps on Binance BNB chain, Ethereum, and yesterday we had some really weird metrics regarding Solana as well. Now in today's episode, guys, I want to run through the top 5 decentralized apps that are working only on EOS blockchain. Now if you're relatively new in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, guys, you should know that EOS is a failed project, and in 2017, they raised $4 billion, and they were at one point of time to be a very strong competitor to Ethereum, and a lot of them, guys, were actually calling EOS as the Ethereum killer. Unfortunately, guys, looks like the project turned out to be a complete scam. But so far, the top 5 dApps is concerned, guys, the first one is Bethash, and if you check the dollar value, guys, the numbers are absolutely horrendous. The volume is only at $77,301. The second one is Paycash Swap, and check this out, guys. In terms of dollar amount, it is only at $16,660. The third one is Nudex. In terms of dollar amount, it is only $11,970. The fourth one, guys, is DeFi Box. In terms of dollar amount, it is $11,003. The fifth one, guys, is Sportbet.one. And in terms of dollar amount, guys, it is only $5,520. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to dappradar.com and try to check out these numbers yourself. And as I mentioned in the episode yesterday, guys, on the 16th of October, it makes a lot of sense to look at these numbers and then compare it with other metrics. So you can look at it in terms of the 24-hour trading volume in terms of dollar amount, and then compare it with wallet interactions, and that would give you some idea as to the strength of the decentralized app, isn't it? And then, guys, you may also want to check the balance that is existing on the smart contract. And to be honest, guys, the numbers are absolutely dreadful and scary in my opinion. Now, guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, is at a staggering $67,868. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.67%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 11.69%. Ethereum, guys, is at $2,640. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.75%. And since the last 7 days, guys, it is up by 10.41%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, is at $604. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.50%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 5.90%. Now look, guys, there are only 2 reasons as to why the prices have been pumping up, isn't it? The first one is because the CPI numbers were low. That is, the inflation has actually gone down in the United States of America. And the second one, guys, is because Mt. Gox has decided to delay the repayment plan. Initially, it was scheduled to be on the 31st of October 2024, but they have gone ahead and made a decision to postpone it to 31st of October 2025, and only because of these 2 reasons, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies are pumping up. But look, guys, with US elections coming up, I'm pretty much sure we might be experiencing some volatility as and when the election date comes closer. Now in today's episode, guys, let me go ahead and discuss a really interesting article that is published by Bloomberg. And Bloomberg, guys, is actually reporting that Italy is planning to increase the capital gain tax on Bitcoin, and they're increasing it from 26% to 42%. Now what the article states is that Italy is aiming to fund election promises and reduce the fiscal deficit, and Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's government made the decision due to the growing popularity of Bitcoin. And this, guys, is according to the Deputy Finance Minister Maurizio Leo. However, guys, it's really important to note that past attempts by other nations such as India's heavy taxation on digital assets has definitely resulted in a significant drop in trading volume, isn't it? Because what happens is, investors, they tend to move to different countries, and so far as India is concerned, I personally know a lot of Bitcoin holders who have actually left India and moved to Dubai as well. So look, guys, could it be possible that Italy may face similar changes? Because look, increasing it from 26% to 42% is definitely a huge percentage, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see if they actually go ahead and amend these changes. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting news. And I kind of think, guys, that this is a positive news. And Tesla, guys, has moved all of the Bitcoins, which is worth $765 million. And they have done this after 2 years of inactivity. Now, the transfer, guys, was identified by Akram Intelligence. And in the show notes below, you can go ahead and see the public address. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that the transfer went to unknown wallets that were not linked to cryptocurrency exchanges. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, when someone goes ahead and transfers, let's say, the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies into exchanges, this just means one thing, that they want to go ahead and sell it, isn't it? But because it has not been transferred to centralized exchange, it just means that they definitely want to hodl it for a long time. Now, regarding the wallet, guys, what Arkham Intelligence has identified that the wallet appears to be new and is not known to be associated with any cryptocurrency exchanges as well. Definitely positive news in my opinion. Now, guys, let me go ahead and very briefly touch base on news regarding Litecoin ETF. And I do feel that the chances of its approval is extremely less, but Canary Capital Group, guys, which is founded by former Valkyrie Funds co-founder Steve McClurg, has filed to launch an ETF that tracks the price of Litecoin. Now, this marks the first application of such a fund, to be honest. And in the show notes below, guys, there is an initial submission of an S1 filing, but this filing, guys, will only be meaningful if it is followed by another form, that is the 19B4 filing. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if a Litecoin ETF approval does actually take place. Now, right now, guys, there is a Solana ETF in process, isn't it? And based on my understanding, there are very slim chances for it to be approved. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, on Twitter, there is a guy called Eric Balkanis who constantly provides updates regarding Spot ETF, and he definitely does not seem to be too optimistic regarding Solana ETF, and he does have a podcast, guys. He is actually a massive fan of Solana, but based on his understanding, the chances of Solana ETF is extremely less to none, to be honest. So the chances of XRP ETF as well as a Litecoin ETF might just be less, isn't it? But look, guys, the cryptocurrency world is absolutely wild, isn't it? And with US elections coming up, is it possible that politicians are using cryptocurrencies to go ahead and garner more votes? That is definitely possible. As a matter of fact, guys, the next news that I'm going to be talking about does actually discuss exactly the same thing. In A16Z, guys, they have actually published a report called A State of Crypto 2024. And the report, guys, talks about record levels of crypto activity, crypto as a political issue, stablecoins product-market fit, infrastructure advancements, DeFi's continued growth, AI and crypto intersection, as well as new chain application. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there is the entire report. Please feel free to go ahead and check it out. But look, guys, so far as US elections is concerned, the report actually states that many swing states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are seeing increased search interest, and it is precisely one of the reasons why, guys, Kamala Harris did go ahead and launch a crypto policy without giving absolutely any indication what the policies are in it. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding these policies. Now let me do one thing, guys. Let me go ahead and give out some information regarding the State of Crypto report, because the report actually talks about record levels of crypto activity. And based on the report, guys, crypto usage has hit an all-time high with 220 million active addresses, and this is largely driven by networks like Solana, Neo, Base and Tron blockchain. And the report states the number of mobile wallet users have also surged globally, particularly in the United States of America, Nigeria, India, as well as Argentina. Now, so far as political issue is concerned, guys, the report actually states, with crypto gaining attention ahead of the US elections, swing states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are seeing a lot of increased search interest. Additionally, guys, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF are also expanding across crypto investment, isn't it? And the report also talks about the Google search results in these swing states, and they have definitely seen a spike of interest in crypto activities. Now, regarding stablecoin product-market fit, guys, the report actually claims that stablecoins have emerged as a key application in the crypto space, with $8.5 trillion in transactions and volume in Q2 of 2024, and they are now rivaling traditional payment systems like Visa and PayPal. And this is due to the low transaction cost and global transfer capabilities, isn't it? And regarding infrastructure advancement, guys, the report discusses recent improvement in blockchain infrastructure with a lot of emphasis on Ethereum Layer 2 solutions, and the report actually states that it has seen a significantly increased capacity while reducing transaction costs as well. And technologies like zero-knowledge proof is also gaining a lot of traction, thereby enhancing blockchain scaling and privacy. Now, regarding DeFi, guys, what this report actually states is that DeFi is accounting for 34% of daily crypto activity. Now look, guys, I look at these numbers on a daily basis. Now what they have done in this report, guys, they've also got an added volume for stablecoins as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now you can make an argument that Bitcoin, Ethereum and stablecoins are also part of decentralized finance, isn't it? Now if you go and add these things, guys, it definitely accounts for 35%, I guess. Now, regarding artificial intelligence and crypto intersection, the report notes how crypto can solve some of AI challenges, including privacy and computational trust, potentially leading new synergies between these technologies. And regarding new on-chain applications, guys, the report discusses scalable infrastructure that has unlocked a new wave of blockchain applications ranging from gaming and social network to decentralized identity solutions, further expanding the ecosystem. Additionally, guys, the report introduces the Builder Energy Dashboard, which is essentially a tool tracking the activity of interest of crypto developers, and this is across various blockchain ecosystem. And this helps highlight where innovation and growth are happening in real time, reflecting the community's focus on platforms like Solana, Ethereum, and Base blockchain as well. And this year's report, guys, underscores how crypto has transitioned from a niche industry to a major topic of global discussions, which is driven by innovation, regulation, and increased mainstream adoption. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there is an entire report. Definitely feel free to go and check it out. Now, guys, let's go and discuss some unfortunate news regarding Chainalysis. And Chainalysis, guys, is facing a $650 million defamation lawsuit from Exceptional Media Limited, and the company behind Yield Notes is actually alleging that Chainalysis falsely labeled the project as a scam. And the case, guys, was actually filed in January of this year, and the hearing of this did actually take place on the 16th of October. That was yesterday, I believe. And Exceptional Media, guys, does actually claim that the labeling by Chainalysis harmed its reputation and client base. Now, Chainalysis, guys, has filed motion to dismiss it, arguing that Yield Notes failed to prove it is not a scam and that the court lacks jurisdiction. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, Chainalysis also has an office in Dubai as well as in it. So definitely interesting news in my opinion. So these were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first one, guys, is definitely a really interesting one, and this is to do with digital asset will. And the DIFC codes, that is Dubai International Finance Center codes, has launched a new suite of digital services at GIDEX Global 2024. And one of the key services introduced is the digital asset will. And the digital asset will, guys, allows individuals to manage and distribute the digital assets via a non-custodial DIFC codes wallet. Now, the wallet provides full control over the assets during an individual's lifetime and enables asset allocation of specific gifts to beneficiaries. And supported digital assets include Ethereum, Bitcoin, Matic, Circle USDC, Tether's USDT, as well as HBAR by Hashgraph as well. And future updates will support NFTs, including ERC-721, ERC-115, Ordinals, and Hedera token services as well. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely mind-blowing news, isn't it? I really am not sure if any of the code in the world actually does this. Absolutely game-changing news in my opinion. And the digital asset will, guys, joins other DFC codes will types such as the full will, property will, financial assets will, business owners will, and guardianship will as well. And DFC codes offer an online automated will drafting service as well. And the virtual registry allows individuals worldwide to create and register DFC codes wills via video link as well. And wills, guys, can be stored in Tejori, which is a global digital wallet that was launched in 2022, and that would be acting as a secure cloud wallet, restricts access to vault holders and designated recipients, utilizing advanced privacy and security protocols. And the new services include a notary service, which is the first in the UAE to notarize English documents. Now look, as we know of any similar news anywhere in the world, definitely let me know, cause truth be told, guys, this might be the first time I'm seeing such a brilliant news. And the notary service that they provide has three options, that is automated self-service, live, virtual, and in-person as well. And notarized documents will be cryptographically verified and recorded on Hedera blockchain. And DFC codes, guys, also introduced a mediation service center, offering online and in-person dispute resolution with registered mediators. And these digital services, guys, aim to simplify administrative tasks as well as complex dispute resolutions. And the service aligns with Dubai's Economic Agenda D33 as well as Dubai Digital Strategy. And the launch, guys, was supported by Hashgraph Association, Hedera, DK4 Advisory, and Dataflow Group as well. Now look, guys, this news definitely sounds great, but so far as Hedera is concerned, they don't use blockchain as such, isn't it? It works on a completely different protocol. That is a Grosser protocol, but nonetheless, guys, definitely a really interesting and promising news. And look, guys, if you do know of any similar news anywhere in the world, definitely update me on this, cause look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised that Dubai government is leading the pack in such innovation as well. Definitely brilliant news in my opinion. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia's Tafarif has acquired AI solutions provider Mana. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Because Tafarif, guys, is a Saudi tech investment community, and they have acquired a Mana.ai. And the Mana.ai, guys, specializes in artificial intelligence solutions. You can tell by the domain name itself that they do that, isn't it? Now, the acquisition's value has not been disclosed yet, but Tafarif aims to enhance its AI-driven service offerings with this acquisition, and the acquisition strengthens Tafarif's capabilities in serving startups and investors. And Tafarif, guys, is based in Saudi Arabia and focuses on financing startups. And the Mana.ai is headquartered in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. And the Mana.ai helps enterprises set up or expand business operations in Saudi Arabia, and its clientele include multinational corporations as well as public traded companies. And the Mana.ai automates key business processes such as licensing and banking setups. And the acquisition, guys, adds AI-driven business solutions to Tafarif's portfolio. And Tafarif's service offerings now include company formation as well, and it also includes legal and accounting services. And Tafarif, guys, will provide government registration services through the Saudi Landing Program, and the acquisition enables Tafarif to assist startups in navigating Saudi regulations. And Tafarif, guys, plans to leverage Amana's technology to streamline business operations, and it is also expanding into new service sectors through the acquisition. And the acquisition aligns with the goals to boost innovation in Saudi startups. Definitely brilliant news, isn't it? So these were the news, guys, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. Now, in case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now, for the next few minutes, is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Jenny who asks, how do you think Italy's new Bitcoin tax policy will impact crypto adoption? Now look, so far as increasing taxation is concerned, it is definitely not looking good, isn't it? And raising the capital gain tax on Bitcoin to 42% is definitely much higher than anticipated, and this could significantly dampen crypto adoption in Italy. Now look, Jenny, historically high taxes on digital assets have led investors to shift their activities to countries with friendlier regulations or even alternative methods to avoid hefty taxes, and they can start using, let's say, decentralized exchanges, or in worse scenarios, moving assets offshore. And look, I mentioned this earlier as well. I personally know quite a lot of people from India. Because of heavy taxations, they've actually relocated to Dubai as well as other countries as well. So for Italy, Jenny, I do feel that this policy might actually discourage everyday users from participating in Bitcoin and crypto market, and this could actually reduce liquidity. It could also slow down innovation and blockchain startups, as many investors will shy away due to tax burden, isn't it? However, Jenny, I do feel that the Italian government may still see this as a necessary move to close this fiscal gap. So ultimately, how it impacts adoption will actually depend on whether the policy drives users away or encourages stricter compliance, and this could potentially create a more mature market, but at the risk of overall participation, isn't it? Definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact on the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you guys are listening right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.